It's another international versus, and it's the final of a mini four-way series that we've decided to do here on the channel. It's Poland versus Slovakia after Poland beat Czechia in the semi-final and Slovakia beat Slovenia. So yeah, it's Poland v Slovakia. Max youth rating, 200 plus year simulation. Who's going to win the most trophies? Let's find out. Not much to say, it's the usual drill. We've got notes on every team in all the divisions. If you go down the Polish league, max facilities throughout. And of course, if we go to the Polish national team, who are currently 26th in the world, the generated players is at 200. 45th for Slovakia, 200 for generated players as per usual. And again, in the first division, max youth rating for every single team. Now, there are less teams in Slovakia, so does that mean that less players will come through? Or does that mean that the players that do come through will be condensed to less teams, making the teams better? And they'll do much better in club form than they will internationally. Well, we're going to jump forward and find that out in different increments as usual. And of course, if you're new around here, this is the scoring system that we have for these experiments. We have 1 point for a Conference League, 2 for Europa League, 4 for a UEFA Champions League. Then internationally, we have 3 for a European Championships and 5 points for the World Cup. Now, we also implemented in the last experiment bonus points. You get a bonus point if you have an all same nation final. So if in the Conference League you have a Slovakian team versus a Slovakian team, Slovakia will not only get the point for the win, they will get a bonus point for having an all Slovakian final. Just like if we have a Slovakian team versus a Polish team and Slovakia win, they also get a bonus point. So even internationally, there's bonus points on the line because you can beat the opposing nation. So there's bonus points, there's big points on offer for all the tournaments. That's all there is to say. 50 years into the future for our first jump. Let's go. The 50 years into the future and Mohamed Mustafa, an Egyptian, is the best player in the world. There you go. Poland or Slovakia then? Where do we sit in terms of the shortlist? There's no points for this. It's just bragging rights. Krzysztof Krysiak for Barcelona, a phenomenal defensive midfielder who can also play right wing. Okay. And then Patrick Kiziel, who is a all across the front line forward. Very good player. 3.8 million Atletico Madrid paid for him. A steal from Pogon. That's annoying. Still only getting 3.8 million for players of this caliber. So that doesn't bode well for the growth of the leagues at this point. 2 Poles. And then we've got a Slovakian here, Adrian Kutlik at Bayern Munich. Another defensive midfielder / centre-back. And he's very good as well. Right, so we're going to move on from that to the Slovakian First Division. We are 10th in terms of league reputation. And the Polish league is in 9th. I think I checked at the start where they were. They're both in the plus 20s, I think. So they've both improved. That's all we'll say. They have improved. Zlate Moravce have had a bloody good time, as have Slovan Bratislava. Dunstrada have won a few, and that's it. Just the 3 winners. The Polish league then, Lechia, Slask, Lech, Stal Mielec, Pogon, Widzew, Vidzev, maybe? I don't know how you pronounce it, but yeah. Legia, yeah. So, split around a bit, even though we've had eras of domination. Slask have been fantastic. They probably had the best time of it out of all the teams. In terms of Poland, they are currently 5th in the world ranking, whereas Slovakia, they're down in 12th. So that doesn't bode well for this first 50 years, does it? I think the Polish league's doing better. So, let's go straight to the Conference Leagues then and start finding out how we're getting along. So, the scoreboard will be above my head, Editor J. Ping it up there. It's your time to shine. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. So, moving through, in 2038-39, Aston Villa beat Widzew, their Polish team, our first runner-up of the experiment. No points for runner-up, though, ladies and gentlemen. So, it doesn't really matter. Slask against San Sebastian in 2049, also getting runner-up. Rosenberok, a fantastic name for our Slovakian counterparts with what can only be described as a fantastic curly hair afro and moustache combination. He looks like he's straight out of a 1970s porn, doesn't he? Marian Hross. Podbrezova have won the Europa Conference League. It is 1-0 to Slovakia. Happy days. Jagiellonia for Poland also getting runner-up a few years later, losing to RC Lons. We've had Gornik, Przalka and Slask also getting runner-up, but no winners for Poland, despite they've had plenty of runners-up. Slovakia with a couple as well. It's 1-0 to Slovakia at the end of the first 50 years in terms of conference leagues. And now we move to Europa Leagues, and we start off with Liverpool beating AC Milan in the first season. And if they've only got one conference league, I'm not really expecting much to happen in the Europa League or the Champions League, certainly not in this first 50 years. And as you can see, it is the usual suspects. It's the European bigwigs that are sort of winning it. Brighton have come through in 71-72, but no one really out of the ordinary has won it down here. I mean, they say out of the ordinary. Teams like Manchester United and Juventus being in it might be a bit out of the ordinary, but they're not the teams they once were, even though it pains me to say. So, no Europa Leagues. And if you've got no Europa Leagues, I mean, Arsenal won the Champions League in the first season against PSG. PSG have won 2 in the next 3, beating Leipzig in the final in one of them. But if we've got no Europa Leagues, we've almost certainly got no Champions Leagues. I can't imagine we've got any Champions Leagues. And we haven't. Liverpool have won the last 3. United 2 before that. And Bayern Munich 2 before that. Bloody hell. There we go then. So in terms of domestic football, we have 1 trophy, 1 Europa Conference League. This is a bit drab, isn't it? It's a tense, low-scoring affair. 1-0 so far. And in terms of Euros, well, as you can see, we've got 2 runners-up for Poland in 40 and 48. That's it. France beating Sweden in 2024. We've got Netherlands winning one sandwiched in between 3 wins for Italy. Turkey beating Poland in 2048. Wales beating France in 2052. Go on, Wales. Belgium run up a couple of times. 3 times, in fact. Twice to England. England have won 2. Spain up there most recently. The only first one they've won in the experiment. So 50 years in, we have no Euros either. And, well, finally, some trophies to speak of. And it's Poland with 3 World Cups back to back in 2038 and 2042. And they came run up in the Euros, didn't they, in 2040. And then also in 2048, they came runner-up in the Euros, where they've actually won again in the World Cup in 2050. So 3 World Cup wins for Poland. Slovakia nowhere to be seen at all. The most recent tournaments, Poland have finished 3rd place twice. England and Germany winning it in consecutive years. England winning against Chile the year before that. Norway in 2026 beating England in the finals. Erling Haaland representing. Serbia in 2030. Not too bad. So yeah, 3 wins for Poland. That's 15 points, which means it's now 15-1 at the end of the first 15 years if we add up all the scores sort of concurrently together. In terms of trophies, domestically, Slovakia winning. Poland winning internationally. We've got a lot more to cover. The first 50 years is always a bit the slowest, so I expect a lot more trophies in the next 50, and then the big jump of 100 plus years. These about 103, 104, where I got to like 22,227, I think, something like that. Anyway, when we move to 21-23, 100 years into the future, will Poland carry on running away with it, or will Slovakia make a fight back? Here we go then, and well. Some interesting stuff here. Their best player in the world is Patrik Jacko, a Slovenian left-back who plays for Barcelona, who came through the Barcelona Youth Academy. Okay. Jacob Kruti for Sevilla at 195 for Patrik Jacko, sorry, I did not mention that. £22 million from Zlate Moravce, and he moved to Sevilla a long time ago. He is a phenomenal player. Plenty of goals in plenty of caps for Slovakia. And as we move down, we have a third playing for Legia, actually playing in Poland, Vladimir Farkas. Well, that's interesting. That is interesting. He's 21 years old. He's moved from Pogoń to Legia. He started off at Michalovce as well. So he's moved twice. He moved from Slovakia to Poland, and he stayed in Poland, gone from Pogoń to Legia. But there we go. He's 21 years old, and he's already at 184. That is disgusting. 9-12 for the national team. How far down do we have to go to get a poll? Well, here we go. Again at Legia, Thomas Bork. Fantastic player. He is 23 years old, signed for £40 million from Arka, also in the Polish leagues. And here we got Pavel Letniowski, playing for Real Madrid. A very good player. There we go then. So, that's the shortlist done and dusted, really. In terms of the Polish league, it is currently 7th in terms of its current competition reputation. With the past winners, well, Legia have done a lot of work. Pogoń have won a couple. We've got Ruch. Slask have just won the most recent. Gornik back here, but Legia have won the most. And they are 7th in the world. In terms of competition reputation, where is the Slovakian league? Oh, it's down in 20th. Down in 20th. It was up in 15th 6 years ago. So in 6 years, it can drop 5 places. So it can drop very quickly. That is something we've got to remember. And we have jumped 50 years, so it might have done quite well. But considering, well, I suppose the players aren't there, it's more internationally that we think that something's going to happen, I would expect. Well, Zlate Moravce have won quite a few tournaments, quite a few leagues, sorry. Slovan Bratislava won a couple. Zelina back here, and that's about it. Petržalka down there. So, yes. Slovakia then, in terms of world ranking, they are currently 8th. They are 8th. Now, that's not to say they've not won trophies. Where are Poland? Well, Poland are first. Despite the fact that we've seen Slovakia have got three players, the 2 best players in the world currently, they're only in 8th, whereas Poland are in first. So, Poland are 15-1 up with the 3 World Cup wins. I think they're going to carry on over this next 50 years. Let's go to the Conference League. So we were here last time when Slask were run-up to Sevilla, and on we move. Villarreal beating Freiburg, but Pogon with a Europa Conference League, which is a win for Poland, which makes it 1-1. There we go then. 1-1, and Legia 2-1 to Poland, beating Wolves in the final. Petržalka, Slovakia, that's 2-2. Stal Mielec. Oh, the floodgates have opened. It's 3-2 to Poland, ladies and gentlemen. And as we move through, oh my God, back to back. Zelina, Slovakia, 3-3. Slask, replying instantly with the following season, 4-3. And, Stal Mielec for Poland, that's 5-3. We've had a few runners up as well. No winners, no bonus points so far in the Conference League, and we're leaving it there at 5-3 to Poland, which, well, they've pulled clear, haven't they? They were 1-0 down in Conference Leagues. They're now at 5-3 up. They were already 15-1 up overall, which that makes it, 20-3 in terms of points? Anyway, Europa League, here we come then. And of course, we saw the floodgates open in terms of Conference Leagues. I mean, at 5-3, that's, 7 Conference Leagues in 50 years? That's not too bad for 2 competing nations. So, any Europa Leagues then? Well, instantly, Pogon on the ball with a Europa League. That's 1-0 to Poland. Pogon run up to Arsenal here in 80-81. And again against Man City in 91-92. Slovan Bratislava runner-up here in 2100. Pogon again, runner-up. And Slask runner-up. Well, that's it. We've rinsed through those 50 years and it's just 1-0 in Europa Leagues. 1-0 to Poland. I mean, and here we go, Champions Leagues. I don't think much is going to happen, but we're going to scroll through regardless, and nothing is happening. I'm moving through the gears. There we go. No Champions Leagues whatsoever in the first 100 years. Surely the second 100 years will throw a few up. I would have thought so anyway. So anyway, the scores are at present 22-3 because of the Europa League and 2 points for Poland. So they are really running away with it. Time for the Euros. So last year in 72, 73 we were here, but 72 was the last tournament where Spain beat Belgium, and then Spain lost to France, but then they beat Belgium the following year again. So 3 times in 4 tournaments, Belgium were runner-up. Spain winning, runner-up, winning. Portugal then beat Belgium. Oh my God, Belgium, perennial runners-up here. Spain losing to France in 88. Then France beat Netherlands in 92, and Netherlands lost to Norway in 96. England beating Spain in 2100, and it's not looking good for our 2 teams. Spain again with the win, and then Portugal beating Poland. Runner-up for Poland, the best anyone's done in the Euros so far. Poland matching their previous escapades in 48 and 40. But Slovakia go one better, and 3 massive points for Slovakia, beating Portugal in 21-12. Can Poland reply? They can't! Slovakia win another. That's 2-0 in Euros. 6 points. That's 22-9 overall. We're at present day. France are the current holders, beating Germany 21-20. Time for the World Cup. So we were last here in 2070, where England had beaten Germany and Poland runner-up. Third place, 2 tournaments in a row. And of course, Poland are 3-0 up in World Cup, so they are running away with it somewhat. And as we move through, Belgium there with the win in 2074. We've just seen them be run up so many times in the Euros. It's nice to see them win something. Poland run up in 2078 to Italy. Not a lot happening. Poland third in 82, but Poland win in 2098, beating Brazil in the final. That's 4-0. Spain with a couple back-to-back, then Uruguay with one. Runner-up for Poland again in 21-14. But in 21-18, They once again won the World Cup, and that's 5-0. Germany beating Spain most recently. So Poland are 5-0 up in World Cups. That's another 10 points added to their total. So it's gone from 22-9 to 32-9. After 100 years, Poland are substantially in the lead. But we're not even halfway through. As I say, we do go over 200 years. It's like 203. We've got another 103 years to simulate still. So it could all turn round very easily. Very easily indeed. I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of World Cups were won in the next 10 years for Slovakia because of their best players in the world that they've got. But what do I know? 21-23 is the current timeline. On we move to the end, and 22-26 I think it is, to find out who's won this versus. Here we are in 22-26. The best player in the world is currently Pavel Toth for Slovakia, playing for Real Madrid. He moved from Inter Milan for £107 million. He moved from Legia for £80 million. And he moved from Trencin in Slovakia for £1.8 million. That doesn't bode well. That does not bode well at all. But on we move. Adam Simko for Slovakia, a goalkeeper who plays for Barcelona. Now he moved for £123 million from Poland. But he moved from Slovakia for £4.1 million. From Novi Mesto, who are in the Slovakian First Division, who do not have a note on them. Neither does Svati Djur. That's because they weren't in the base game. And they've been promoted from the lower leagues. And they've got themselves up there. So it's Poprad, Rasa, Martin? Martin? Kind of name's Martin for a team. Dubnica. So there you go. The first poll that we see is, again, a Barcelona player. And it is Simon Muzinski. £100 million from Borussia Dortmund. And once again, we're seeing, okay, 9.75 million from Zaglebi to Legia. And they sold him for 39 million. 76 million from Atletico to Dortmund. And then 100 million to Barcelona. So he's leveled up his price every single time. And Simon Luchak for Atletico as well. Another attacking midfield left. £269 million from Bayern Munich they paid. Bayern Munich bought him for 165 million from Stal Mielec, whereas Arca sold him for 3.9 million. Deary me. And the last one, Norbert Svitage for Barcelona, a defensive wing-back left. 38.5 million signed from Trubry. It was Daylight Trubry. There's always one. There's always one. Quite pleased with that one. 38.5 million for him. 21 years old. 176 potential and current ability. He's going to be at Barcelona for years to come. Or is he? I mean, he's not, because the end of this experiment is now. We're done. In terms of the Polish league, well, it is ranked in 6th. But that's not the be-all and end-all at this stage, is it? I mean, GKS Katowice, yeah, this guy, GKS, this team, fantastic. Legia also getting the odd trophy. Pushka, winning quite a few in the 80s and 70s. Pogon, Slask, Legia. Yeah, there you go then. That's who's been winning the Polish league. Competition reputation. Slovakia's all the way down in 31st. That is bad, isn't it? That is really bad. Past winners. Zlate Moravce just went on a tear. I mean, Slovan Bratislava won 1. When did they start winning? I mean, I'll be honest with you. In 2104, they won. And then they've not won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 they've not won in 121 years. So in 121 years, they've won the league 103 times. Well, there we go then. So I think in terms of international, Slovakia are second in the world rankings. They needed to be high because I think they're going to lose domestically. And I think they're going to lose big points in Champions Leagues. That's really going to hurt them. So they need to win it back in international tournaments because they've already got a big deficit against Poland for World Cups. Where are Poland? First. I think the writing's on the wall with this one. I think Poland have probably got this. The first 100 years, they've done brilliantly. And I feel domestically they're going to take it. But we will see. Let's go to the Conference League. So 21-22 to 21-23 was the last time we were here. And the scoreline was 5-3 to Poland in Europa Conference Leagues. Well, on we move. And Pogon make it 6-3 almost instantly. Legia with a runner-up. Oh, there's not many wins. Oh, dear. Nothing's happening. Slovan Bratislava, Slovakia are back in business. Business. Too many sh's from the Polish and Slovakian with the names. Getting all tongue-tied. 6-4, though. 6-4. Stal Mielec, 7-4. Again, Conference Leagues aren't the be-all and end-all, but it's 7-5. Slovakia. Stal Mielec, 8-5. Zelina, Slovakia, 8-6. And, oh, wow, nothing's happening. Nothing's happening indeed. Pogon, that's 9-6. Oh, Tottenham beating Slovan Bratislava the season before that. It was ended 9-6. Leeds run up in 21-22. 22-22, sorry. 9-6. Now, it's not the be-all and end-all, is it? It's not the be-all and end-all Conference Leagues, because Conference Leagues are only worth 1 point. If Slovakia turn this round and win 3 or 4 Champions Leagues in like 21-50, for example, and then they've fallen off the face of the earth and their league's gone down to 31st, all of a sudden they get like 16 points from 4 Champions Leagues. They're right back in this. But as it stands, it's 36-12 overall as Poland win the Europa Conference League 9-6. Europa League then, and it is 1-0 to Poland as we begin proceedings. And look at this, Rakov and Legia straight away with runner-up positions, but no wins whatsoever. Lecce, Ruch, runner-up again. This doesn't bode well for Champions Leagues, does it? This doesn't bode well for Europa League. Still 1-0. Oh, here we go. You wait nearly 200 years for a win, and 2 come along at once. It's Pogon and Pushka. That's 3-0 now. 2-0 and 3-0 in back-to-back seasons. Pogon again, 4-0. GKS Katowice, 5-0. And that's it. That is it for Europa Leagues. That's another 4 wins for Poland, which equates to 8 points. No bonus points. So that 44-12. 44-12 we're on. 44-12 at the end of the Europa League campaign. We need some Champions Leagues for Slovakia, but it doesn't look good if they've not won any Europa Leagues. And we start things off and nothing's happening, not even a runner-up. I'm just scrolling quite quickly, just in case I see a note. Zlate Moravce, Slovakia, runner-up in 21-57-58, so things might be happening. Here we go. Here we go, he says. We're now 40-odd years on and nothing else has happened. We're no wins. No words for me. I couldn't get my words out. None there to really say. And about as many words as Champions League wins in this experiment. So it's a 0-0. It's a stalemate in Champions League. Is that the first time it's happened in one of these little verses? It might be. Bloody hell. Well, still 44-12. It's all about international football now, and they are ranked first and second overall. Remember, last time we were here, Slovakia had 3 of the best players in the world. The 2 best as well. So I'm expecting a couple of tournament wins, early doors for Slovakia. Can they get that momentum and scoot on? There's quite a few of their players who are actually playing in the Polish leagues, which is helping them domestically. So internationally, we'll see. Euros. So the last tournament was France winning in 21-20. And of course, we were 2-0 up for Slovakia. And Slovakia, well, look at that. Poland runner-up. Slovakia winning 3-0. This is what we need. Poland winning against Ireland 3-1. Slovakia runner-up against France. Did not need that. Did not need that either. Poland 3-2. Straight away replying. 4-2. Slovakia beating Portugal. Runner-up again. And then Poland winning 4-3. And they've got another one. 21-76. It's 5-3 to Slovakia now. 5-4. Poland beating Scotland in 21-88. And they've levelled it. It's 5-all. Beating Spain the following year. Following tournament, should I say. 6-5 to Slovakia as the new century rolls in. Slovakia turn the tide back in their favour, albeit marginally. And it didn't last long. 6-6. Poland beating the Netherlands in 22-04. And, oh no. Not only have Poland taken the lead, 7-6. It's a bloody bonus point, innit? They beat Slovakia in the final. Bonus point for Poland. Bloody hell. And then they came run up to England in 22-20. Well, that's about it. Slovakia have actually levelled it 7 apiece against Spain. But unfortunately, while Slovakia get 21 points for the 7 wins, Poland get 22. The bonus point for winning against Slovakia in the final. Which means the scores are currently 66-27. Not only does Slovakia only... If I say they get 21 points, they already had 6 points on the scoreboard from previous iterations. So Poland have not only extended their lead by a point because of the bonus point, they've actually got 2 extra Euro wins in that 100-year span. So that's 7 all, really, in that last 100 years was a 7-5 win. So 66-27, we are going to need a hell of a lot of World Cups for Slovakia to even turn this around. So let's cross our fingers. And the current scoreline in World Cups is 5-0 to Poland. Austria beating England 21-26. I wonder if the big man Ralph had been reincarnated. Slovakia out the gate, 21-30 World Cup win. That's 5-1. They're on the comeback. Poland run up to Brazil. Exactly what we need. No more wins though. Oh, I say exactly what we need. That's exactly what we don't need. Poland beating Slovakia. Bonus point. 6-1. And they fought back. Poland losing to Slovakia in the final. Slovakia 6-2 and the bonus point. The comeback's on. They need a lot of World Cups though. Poland again. 7-2. 8-2. 9-2. Slovakia runner up here. Poland third place twice. Do we give Slovakia, because Poland finished third, Slovakia finished second? Do we give Slovakia a bonus 37 points? Or whatever they might be behind? It's 9-3 in World Cups. Slovakia winning the most recent one. The current holders in 2-2-2-2. And yeah, so there we go then. The overall scoreline is as follows. It is Poland 79, Slovakia 43. An entertaining one, nevertheless. No Champions Leagues, very surprising. Thank you very much for all your suggestions for nations to do this with. I've had quite a few suggestions for over in South America. We will be doing that soon. I've also had USA, Mexico and Canada as a little bit of a 3-way. I've also been sent a database from a guy called Kyle who has gone and made it. I've not actually delved in to look at it yet, but a shout out to Kyle. I think it's Andorra, San Marino and I want to say Faroe Islands, but I might be wrong. But it's a 3-way of very, very small nations that are not in the base game. So I need to go and check that out, but that will be coming to the channel very soon. And we'll all be giving a big shout out to Kyle and a follow on Twitter because he has put so much bloody work in for me, for nothing. So shout out to him. I will be looking at in due course, Kyle. Thank you very much. Any other suggestions for nations you'd like me to do this with? I have a riot making these. I love making these videos. They're probably my favourite ones to make currently, despite the fact it takes bloody ages to edit with the scoreboard. But I do it for you guys because I want to make the content better on the channel, and I feel that those kind of things do add a hell of a lot, especially because you can keep up with the scoreline. It adds a bit of drama, a bit of tension, especially if it's close. Unfortunately, this one wasn't as close. I think Poland are a much better nation to begin with, and they just once they took the lead and they started to pull away, they were never being dragged back in. So I do want to do this again with other nations across Europe as well as other teams across the world. So yeah, do keep sending those suggestions. Japan and South Korea, which has been suggested probably more than any others, is currently in simulation. That will be coming soon as well. I just need to work out the scoring system for the Asia tournament style of thing. So yeah, there we go. So there we go then. That is the end of the experiment. Like I said before, please do let me know any suggestions down below. Any other experiments you want me to put on the channel as well. Any other ideas. Always all ears. So thank you very much for everyone who always contributes. I really do appreciate it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We are so close. I say we're so close. We're not actually that close. We're closing in, I guess, on 10k, which would be a huge milestone. I don't even know what I'd do for 10k subs. Some shitty Q&A. I guess. I don't know. Like, suggestions for that. And subscribe. Get me to 10k because it's bloody long in the 9,000s. Lonely in the 9,000s. I want that extra digit for my own ego and my own satisfaction. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you're still here at this point, like I say, do drop a like on it. There's a hell of a lot of admin that goes into these, pre and post and in the edit. So I very much appreciate it. And if you've enjoyed it and you're not subscribed, subscribe and stick around and watch this video that's been put above my head or somewhere on the screen, because that, apparently, according to the YouTube algorithm, is the best for viewer. So that video is the best for you from my channel. Go and watch it. Take good care of yourselves, gang, and I'll see you soon.